Hey guys, it's GameFace here and welcome back to a little bit of a different video. Today I'm going to be reacting to my Premier League 2017-2018 predictions that I made. So I made these predictions 9 months ago at the start of the season, before any games had been played, before a lot of transfers had been made as well actually. So the window hadn't closed at this point when I made this video. But I remember making the video very clearly, and so I'm going to be reacting to how those predictions have ended up looking like in real life. So how close was I with those predictions to the real Premier League table now that the season has come to an end. I'm also going to be going through some of the comments left on that video as well, what people thought of my predictions at the time that I made those predictions, and how wrong some people were, how right some people were, and so maybe you guys will be mentioned in these comments as well. Before we go any further though, if we could try and hit 50 likes on today's video, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't subscribed yet, and that'd be absolutely fantastic too. Let's crack on with things, and let's start right at the bottom of the Premier League table. Now, I thought the bottom three would be Brighton, Huddersfield and Newcastle. I thought that all three teams that went up would come straight back down. That was my prediction, and I was definitely wrong about that. West Brom obviously finished bottom, Stoke City second bottom, and Swansea third bottom. So already I've got the bottom three totally wrong. That, I think, is the most difficult thing to predict, because technically out of the, unless you're in the top six, anyone can really get relegated, to be totally honest. I know there's maybe a few exceptions in there, but most of those teams are in a relegation battle if you're outside the top six. So it's very difficult to predict the bottom three, and I was totally wrong. All three teams that came up stayed up, I think, for the first time ever. In 17th place, I had Watford. I just thought maybe they wouldn't have such a good season. I think they ended up finishing 14th, so in the end they didn't do as bad as I expected. Southampton ended up finishing just in front of the relegation zone and did just about survive. 16th, I had Burnley. How wrong was I? Burnley ended up finishing 7th, so had a very good season. I thought they'd finish 16th. Didn't really expect too much from them this season, to be honest. And there's a couple of people that thought Burnley would get relegated in the comments section below, so I wasn't actually as wrong as they were, but I was still wrong quite considerably as well. 16th ended up being Huddersfield, the team I anticipated would go down, or one of the teams, so again, got that prediction wrong. Stoke City in 15th. No, that didn't happen either. Ended up being Brighton in 15th place, and so this isn't going very well, is it? Our predictions get a little bit better though as we get towards the top end of the Premier League table. 14th, Swansea. No, it was Watford. Again, a little bit off with that one. 13th, Crystal Palace. Nope. West Ham instead. I actually thought West Ham would finish a little bit higher up than they did. I had them as 8th, so again, a little bit further away than ended up being. Yeah, these predictions don't end up looking very good, do they, at all? I just thought West Ham spent a little bit of money, they brought in some decent players. I just thought it would come together, but it really didn't for most of the season. I had West Brom finishing 12th. Nope, they ended up finishing 20th, so bottom, rock bottom. Ended up being Bournemouth to finish 12th, so again, wrong on that one. This is becoming a common theme here. Southampton in 11th, I had, ended up being Crystal Palace. Of course, Southampton just about got in front of the relegation zone by the skin of their teeth. Very close, that one. But they did by 3 points, ended up just about surviving. 10th for Bournemouth. Nope. Ended up being Newcastle in 10th. Actually had a really strong end to the season, Newcastle. Bournemouth ended up finishing in 12th somehow. I don't know how that happened compared to Newcastle. But they finished so strong, and in the end they weren't really a part of that relegation battle. I anticipated Newcastle would go down, as I said before, but yeah, quite clearly outdid, I think, most people's estimations of what they were going to do. So, surprise to everyone, I think, really, but yeah, again, another prediction that's wrong. Ah, but this is where it changes. This is where it changes. I said Leicester City are going to finish 9th. I said it, I knew it, I just knew it for fact. I just knew it, and I was right, so remember that. Forget about everything else, I was right that Leicester City finished 9th. So basically, a genius, I think, is what you could call me there. Leicester City finished 9th place, I predicted them 9th. Easy as that, really, isn't it? Whatever. I said West Ham would finish in 8th, which didn't turn out to be the case. Everton instead finished 8th place. And speaking of Everton, Sam Allardyce has literally just left his job, or has been sacked, one of the two. I think he's been sacked. And so he's no longer Everton manager. I bet Marco Silva's probably going to take over. He's certainly his favourite, so we'll wait and see. But yeah, I got the prediction for West Ham a little bit wrong. Said they'd finish in 8th, but I wasn't actually that far off with Everton. I had them down 7th, they ended up finishing 8th, so I was only 1 place off there, which is better than some of the others. In 6th place, I said Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, they finished 4th. They didn't actually do that well in the league, but certainly had a very good season. We know about Salah, how incredible he has been this season. Just about won every single award he could get on his hands on, except the Premier League title. Whatever. Maybe next year, who knows. But I said they finished 6th, obviously very wrong on that one. They finished 4th, but still 6th does look a little bit embarrassing in the end, doesn't it? Arsenal finished 6th though, and they were pretty embarrassing for most of the season. I had Arsenal down as finishing 5th place. That ended up being Chelsea, who didn't really have a particularly strong season. I actually had Chelsea down as finishing 3rd this season, so I anticipated a lot better from them. Having won the Premier League title, I just thought maybe they'd drop it down a little bit, but still managed to keep up with everyone else. But in the end, they don't even have Champions League football next season. So very, very disappointing from them. And I think Conte will end up leaving this summer quite clearly. I don't really know who's going to replace him though, but I suspect Conte won't be there for much longer. In 4th place, I had Tottenham to finish there. Ended up being Liverpool, like I mentioned before. Tottenham, I just thought would have a good season. They did end up actually beating what I expected. They finished 3rd in the end. I had Chelsea down as finishing 3rd, so obviously, as I said, quite clearly wrong on that one. But something I did get right was the top 2. So remember that. Forget everything else. Remember, I've got the top 2 right and I've got 9th place right. So 3, I got spot on. Easy. Man United finished 2nd, I'm pretty sure, on 81 points, and I think that is the same points tally that Leicester City finished on in the year that they won the league title. So quite interested in that one, but obviously quite far off Man City in the end, who finished on 100 points. 100. Easy. And of course I got that one right as well. A lot of people doubted me about the Man City one. I remember a comment that said, "Ooh, you're biased towards Man City." Ooh. In fact, I'm going to read out these comments now, actually, because they are quite funny, some of them. Some of them have gotten bang on, to be fair. Some of them have quite rightly criticised me and got it right. Some of them have criticised me and just look stupid themselves. But we'll have a look now, and we'll go through these comments. Overall, I got 3 right. Bang on, so I'm pretty happy with that. There was a couple I was 1 or 2 off, but then towards the bottom end, which I think is the hardest place to predict, to be honest. If you're in the top 6, then you kind of know roughly where they're going to finish, but outside the top 6, it's very, very difficult to get right. I was happy with the Leicester City one, but the rest are a bit of a disaster, really. It's kind of flipped on its head from where I anticipated it to be. But yeah, let's now look at the comments, see what you guys were saying about some of my predictions. Okay, so Sam says, transfers aren't everything. Brackets, all your reasons were transfers. Liverpool's attack is possibly the best in the league, even before Salah, which I think is interesting. For me, Man City's attack would have been best before Salah, but anyway, all we now need is Van Dijk, who they did end up getting in January, so he's hit that one on the nail on the head, and then we'll get top 4, no doubt. Finished 4th, he was very much right on that one, and fair play to him, he got it spot on. The special Juan, clearly a Mourinho fan, he says Man United will win the league because they've strengthened in needed areas and have the best squad depth in the league. And Mourinho loves the 2nd season. It's awkward. Okay, John Kerwin has come in and said, IMO, Man United to finish top, wrong. City 2nd, wrong. Arsenal 3rd, wrong. Chelsea 4th, wrong. Other than that, I think he's doing a good job with those predictions. FIFA Gamer comes in and says, I think Chelsea will get 1st and City 2nd. But you have your opinions. Fair enough, yeah. I mean, it's really difficult to start the season anyway to get any of these right. I've only got 3 of them right, but he reckoned that Chelsea were going to do back-to-back Premier League titles. I never thought that was going to be the case, hence why I put them 3rd, but they ended up doing a little bit worse than I anticipated as well. Josh G comments on this video 9 months ago, Tottenham, they not coming in 4th, they coming 2 or 1, man. 1st or 2nd, presumably. 3rd in the end, so in between the 2. This one always makes me laugh. This one really did get me. Freaky Gamer says, you just put Man City because you support them. Give a like if you agree. 12 people liked it. Whatever. It's not a competition. I've responded, I genuinely think they're the best squad to cope with the number of competitions they'll be in. Hit them down the head, whatever, move on. Also, I'm a Leeds supporter, I think if I had to pick a team, my favourite team is Man City. So, Freaky Gamer, I didn't just put Man City because I support them, which isn't actually technically true. I support Leeds. Man City are my favourite Premier League team to watch, purely just because of the players they have and the manager and the money, to be totally honest. Jaden YT also came in and said, my boy, I know what you're trying to say, but remember, Man United won Man City 2-0 on pre-season. So, if pre-season to go by, Man United must be able to beat Man City then, obviously. Well, I think that pretty much concludes all the predictions and your comments that I've been going through, obviously just reacting to them, having a look at what you guys thought all those months ago as well, because I was interested to see your predictions as well as my prediction as well, and how that compared to the actual league table. I think overall I'm pretty happy with the Leicester City one, I'll take that, 9th. I'll take it. Got it spot on. And the top 2 as well, which I think I mean, they're the most important ones, right? They're the most important ones by far. So I'll take it. Man City first, United second. And yeah, the rest just messed up a little bit. But other than that, that's everything for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I will be doing some predictions for next season at some point. We are a few months away from that, though, obviously. Probably in August is probably when I'll end up doing that. And I'll give you my thoughts about the season ahead. Can Man City do back-to-back Premier League titles? I guess we'll wait and see. Depends on who they decide to bring in. But that's everything for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 50 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already as well. And that'd be absolutely fantastic too. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.